Hey everyone, Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. And I'm moving on, working on my Christmas 2022 album. And in this one, I will actually show you how I am putting the first signature into my actual album. So look out for that. And I will show you an easy way, if you don't have a cutting machine, how you can even get those complicated shapes easily cut out with a trimmer. So here I'm starting. This is the last page of my signature, and that is for December 9th. And I have that background mat there, and here you see this is an odd shape, but what I did is I just printed that shape from the Silhouette Studio file, which I share as a freebie on my blog, as I share the entire album as a freebie on my blog. And so they're cut files, and so I just took what would be the paper from that and just printed the outline. I didn't have I removed the color filling from it and just printed the outline, used my trimmer to cut that out, and used that then as my template to cut out this piece. I could have done it straight from the Silhouette Studio file with my paper, but I don't like to waste paper, and there will always be a little bit of a cutoff. And I just wanted to make sure I can use it all the way from the edge. So I created myself a template like that, and that was easily done. And so this is something I recommend if you download the album and you don't have a cutting machine of any kind. You can still use the measurements that come with each of the cut files, and then you can even use the odd shapes and do that with just printing and paper and trimming it by hand. And the good news is, if you don't have any machine, then you can just download the Silhouette software for free. It works for free. You don't need any special or you don't need to invest any money for that. Anyway, so here I have basically finished this page, but I know this flower will take a little bit of time to actually get stuck there, so that's what I have to spend time. So I have the background matted, but I don't want the paper to go all the way down to the bottom of the page. For one, I don't like to waste paper. For another, it just gets complicated to stick it when it has the glue on, to get it all the way into the pocket. And here I wanted to, I was watching a ballet, and here I wanted to just add another little title there, and I did have these tags that I had stuck into these pockets, and I thought I might as well use it as one of these tags for my title. I also created a little postcard there that my main journaling will go on, so I only need this tag for a title, really. I don't need to really write much on it, even though I have a white pen, and I could just write with a white pen on the red. That wouldn't be a big problem. But here I am just using one of my stamp sets and just spelling out the word ballet. So that was a fun little thing to do. And then I'm giving it a little thread so that it really looks like a tag. And I happen to have some blue baker's twine, because this page has a bit of blue there, and so I wanted to use that with this. Instead of I have the classic red and white baker's twine, but I thought for this one, the blue one might actually look nice. And here I have to watch it that the stamp ink may not have been dried completely. And now I'm going to show you where I will glue the first signature that is now done onto my book. So you see I have the front cover all finished. The inside of it has already, I think, 7 days or so. And then I'm using, as I said in my previous videos, there's one part that is a pocket. That's why I had to take out the insert, because that pocket is where this signature then will be glued onto those glue strips that are left in the in the spine there, in the back side of the cover. And so here you can see the pocket there, and that's where this insert will go in, but that's also where the gluing took place. So I just wanted to make sure that it was really stuck down nicely, and this is basically the first third of the album is there. And I'll keep pressing it a bit because I don't want it to come off again. And then this is the spread for, or the page for day 10 or December 10th. And I will say I'm not going to finish this one on screen here with this video, because there are some small paper strips that I want to add from the pattern paper from my paper pack, but I wasn't going to cut up a perfectly nice large big paper because they're so small. They're just like three quarters of an inch or something by 4 inches, and so they're rather small, and they can be scraps. So I'll wait until I get more scraps. At this point I still have my papers are either still rather big. I'm just using the amount of paper that I want to use. So I'm just being careful here and leaving that to when I have scraps of smaller sizes at the end, and then I will add the strips there. You see, this is a waterfall page, and so there will be space to glue down these paper strips so that the waterfall will be more visible that way. Anyway, here I have this flap. I'm deciding not to go with magnets. You can use magnets if you are working on a similar project, or just use this album for any other purposes if you choose to download it from mistyhilltops.com. But I don't like to use magnets because everything gets so filled with paper and stuff. My magnets don't really work that well. And then I had created this title. I had created it well with my other titles. It wasn't made for this page, but this is a page all about the Christmas carols that I'm singing these days with family and things. And then I realized this title just perfectly fits that strip there, because for one, there was that little bell that is in the corner of the paper there that I thought was just perfect, and then jingle and the bell, and so that's a song. And so because all of this is just song sheets, because like I would use this for photos if I have a different topic of an album, like a travel, and then that gives me lots of space for photos. But here I have a very quiet Christmas season this year. We're in lockdown, really can't do much, and so there's not much of photo taking, not much happening. And so I decided I will just put my favorite, this season's favorite Christmas carols and songs into this book and make a little song book there. And so that's what I'm doing. I just clipped it to 3x4 sizes. I did that in the silhouette. I just grabbed them from, just Google searched them and then took screenshots and then put them in there. And here I have to decide where do I want that day. It's December 10th, and I decided I'll put that in the corner there. And actually for that front page, I did run it through one of my embossing folders, and then I used watercolor to just color it a little bit with the leaves. I think it's a pretty pattern. It's for Christmas. And so here you see there's lots of room for these little paper strips that will go to the right and the left of the song sheets, basically, that I added to the page here. And then this is a 3D kind of stamp. I have this stamp set for quite a while, and so in order to make it 3D, I'm adding some foam adhesive to the back sides of each of these pieces, and then this will also go in onto this page there. And I do have that big large mat that I can use for journaling, but as I'm not really finishing this page at this point, I'm gonna work on it a little more and embellish it a little more later on. It's kind of the wrong place to put it, because this is actually now a kind of a 3D element, and it's in the middle of that waterfall that actually I want to kind of lie flatly, but it's all right because it's a foam adhesive, it'll press down. And so this is that page, and here I'm going to leave you with some more close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.